brothers, appreciate your service. You led the way so that people like me can join and serve our great nation. It is my honor. And I want to welcome, I also want to mention Sally in the back here, Sally Raymond, our Gold Star mom, Sergeant Raymond's mother. May he rest in peace, and he will never be forgotten. Not in the city of Lawrence, he won't be. And if I can help it, across the state and the nation. But thank you for being here, Sally. We love you. Now I'd like to welcome our state rep and Secretary Johnson Capper for putting this on and being here. I'm going to give them the mic here in a minute. Give them the mic here in a minute. They'll speak to you, and we'll have time for some questions and answers. But I just want to mention the latrines and restrooms are in the back here on the left. Please help yourself at any time with the coffee and donuts and pastries. And I want to thank the center's staff for helping us and putting all this great stuff together. Let's give them a hand, please. Market staff here in the center. I'd also like to mention that we have in the house a few organizations that are great for the city of Lawrence and beyond. Most of these organizations help across the Merrimack Valley and across the state. So I just want to mention them in any order, but I got to start with our DAV, Queen City Chapter. They're here representing the city of Lawrence. And again, the work that they do is amazing. Thank you for being here. Thank you for all the work that you're doing for our veterans. And again, across the state, not just here in Lawrence. We also have IVCS in the back. Just so you know, if you got a ticket, if you're a veteran and you didn't get a ticket, they are wrapping up some gift certificates. So make sure you see Ryan in the back if you're a veteran and you didn't get a ticket. The wrap will be later on. I also have from Mass Hire, Mike Drummy. Again, he's our rep at Mass Hire. So if you're a veteran, you look for work, this is my subject matter expert. Go see him. And I also have fellow VSOs in the house that I adore. Karen, thank you for being here. She used to be out in Essex, whatever it is. Now you're in Lexington, a little further south, but still, we love you. Thank you for being here. I also have Joe here there he is in the back, from North Andover, Barcelona. Appreciate my fellow VSOs for being here. And lastly, but definitely not least, Clear Path, New England. Oh, and Methuen police officer. Appreciate you guys being here. But Clear Path, me and Randy went to the Oliver together. You know, he used to steal my girlfriend. No. He used to steal my lunch money. I stole his girlfriend. No. Appreciate you being here. They're doing great work, not only across the state, but now they're moving into the city of Lawrence and helping out with some housing, hopefully here soon, to help our veterans here in the city of Lawrence. I also have a representative from Reyes here. And I know I had city council here earlier. I think he left. Or city councilman Russell. Okay, that's great. Anyway, I do have a treat specifically for State Rep Moran. Tahina Rentas is here, and she is going to do. She's still here, right? Yeah, this is. If you come up, please. She's going to do a cappella the national anthem. So if you would please stand and honor our flag. She's you can't finish. We say Moran. So thank you for being here. I appreciate it.
Oh, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleam, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streamed, and the rocket's red glare say does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the brave?
That was amazing. Good job, Diane. Hey, I don't know. Did you know she could sing like that, Representative Murray?
I did not.
Yeah, right? She kept waiting for him and he didn't know. He could have used her. She donated that to us, and our veterans. So I really appreciate it. So at this, without further ado, I want to present our special guest, our Secretary of the Executive Office of Veteran Services and State Rep Frank Moran. I really appreciate them putting this together and asking me to facilitate. Thank you for the honor, sir. But they are here to speak to you, and I'm hoping that you have questions for them. All right. So without further ado,
Thank you all for being here. Thank you all the veterans for what you do. Today's election day, right? And the reason why we vote and we live in the greatest nation in the world is because of your sacrifices to allow us to vote. This is a democracy in this country. We're lucky to be here. For me to be here with Secretary Santiago, a former colleague of mine, an emergency doctor too. You believe that as well? I don't know where you find all this out. But to me, it's an honor to see John at this level, and also a veteran. Here a doctor, former colleague, and now the Secretary of Veteran Services for the state of Massachusetts. Thank you for your service. Just wanted to introduce you, John, because of all the work that you have done, and we're looking forward to working with you as a legislator. As you know, there's a lot of work to be done. We don't do enough, right? But with your help, I know we're going to continue creating some policy that's going to help a lot of our veterans out there. Again, it's my honor to introduce John Santiago, Secretary of State of the state of Massachusetts.
How's everyone doing? Fantastic. I couldn't be more excited to be here today. Sounds like a lot of people are excited to be here. I couldn't find a parking spot for 10-15 minutes, but I'm so glad to be here. Thank you, Senior Senator, for inviting us to this wonderful city, having the opportunity to engage with you all, tell you a little bit about what's happening down at the Executive Office of Veteran Services, which is brand new, by the way, and what we're doing there to support you throughout your experiences and getting services at the state level, how we want to engage with you, how we want to work in partnership with you to best provide services for our veterans. But before I get done, I'm just going to thank your state delegation here. It's one of the best state delegations in the entire Commonwealth, led by Leader Moran here. He's not just a friend, he's a mentor. He means so much to the Commonwealth and to our colleagues on Beacon Hill. You really have a leader here, and I'm just honored to call him a friend, a brother, and a partner, so thank you. And Representative Ray is in her first year, but she's doing an outstanding job. She sits on the Committee for Veteran Affairs, as Representative Moran said, so she's a partner of mine in supporting our veteran community. So we're looking forward to working with you. Now that I'm on this side, the executive side, but we know that the task remains at hand here. There's a lot of work to do. So let me tell you a little bit about the Executive Office of Veteran Services and the story, how that came to be. So this is the first year we've ever been in this position. March 1st, 2023, this once department was elevated to secretary. So let me paint a picture for you. For a long time, this was a department. It was one of 16 departments within the Health and Human Services Secretariat. Right? There's 10 secretaries across the Commonwealth. Health and Human Services is the biggest secretariat. It's $26 billion. It's half the state budget. So you could make the argument that this tiny department of Veteran Services was maybe under-resourced, maybe not enough attention paid to it. So what happens? When there's a crisis, or a pandemic in this case, bad things can happen. And we sure saw that, right? We had unfortunately, over 100 soldiers died in 2 veterans homes, one in Holyoke and one in Chelsea. So state government said something had to be done, and we needed to do something ASAP. We needed to invest more in this, and we need to completely change the structure, how we operate and provide veteran services for the Commonwealth. So this was 3 years ago or so. I was a state rep alongside Leader Moran here. We took a vote to change this from a department, to pull it out of that, and to create a whole new secretariat. One that would be directly at the seat with the governor, who can advocate for services, for resources, to make sure that the crisis that occurred at Holyoke, that occurred at Chelsea, would never happen again. So on March 1st, I had my orders. In fact, I had recently sworn in for another term as a state rep. I was going into my 3rd term. I was actually deployed at the time. I was in Syria. When the governor calls me, she says, you know what? We have a project here. It's somewhat of a startup. It's a new secretariat, but it's also somewhat of a turnaround, because we have to fix these homes. We have to provide services. We have to get the work done. We have to honorably serve those who served us. And to be quite honest with you, in Syria, when I got this phone call, and I was like, wow, this sounds like a big project. A lot of things could go wrong here. But I thought about my time, not just as a public servant, but as a veteran myself, and the fact that I was serving right there in the Middle East, and said to myself, what can I best do to serve my community, my country, my fellow brothers and sisters in service? Is to take this job and turn it around. So since March 1st, which is 8 or 9 months ago, we've been doing that. In the first 3 months, we aggressively hired 50 plus people to build out a whole team, whether it's the HR team, the comms team, doing all the small things that you need to do in order to build a secretariat. And we did that, right? With respect to the 2 homes, my first month in office, we finalized the funding to build a brand new home in Holyoke. And 3 weeks ago, we had a groundbreaking, a $500 million project to build a brand new home that's going to be significantly larger and better than it's ever had before. That was 3 weeks ago. In a couple of months, we'll be opening up the home in Chelsea. We've done that in addition to just restructuring how we operate veteran services in the Commonwealth. Now I can go on and on about the partners we have here, but I want to make a point that we can't do this alone. We want to do this in partnership with you, with our veterans, with our community partners, with our VSOs out here, with Jamie, who's got more energy than anyone I've ever met before. And when I told him I wanted to come to Lawrence to meet some of you folks, he said, come on down. So I thank you, brother, for all the work that you've done, day in, day out. There are a few people who came, I met with the VSOs. My first 90 days, I said, I want to go to every region to meet the VSOs to learn from them. I'm not the smartest guy in the room. I know what I don't know, right? So I remember coming, I think we were at Lynn, right? We were at Lynn as well, right? Yeah, a couple of us. And JD had so many questions, and I could tell he cares about this stuff, as many of you do. And it reminded me of my 3rd day on the job. I was at a VFW review. And I gave up to give some quick remarks, and I realized why this job was so special. Because I don't care what your gender is, what political affiliation you have, how much money you make, what religion you are. Everyone is always rooting for our veterans. And so my job is to do just that. Is to take your wishes, your desires, hear about what's going on in your community, and do the best I can to support you in your community. And I can't solve all of everything, but I'm going to do my damnedest to do so. And what I tell my patients sometimes, I might not have the cure for you in the emergency department. We might not be able to solve the problem right now, but I'm going to hear you and I'm going to work with you, and hopefully we'll get to a resolution. So I'm excited to be here on behalf of Governor Healy, Lieutenant Governor Driscoll, who I can assure you care about this issue. I mean, in fact, it's them that implemented this secretariat. It's them that as a result of their work in the budget, the highest increase in veteran resources that the Commonwealth has ever seen. And so now we're putting a plan to action. We want to be engaged with you as we do this. and this is just the beginning. So I'm excited to be here in Lawrence, amongst friends, amongst veterans, and looking forward to best supporting our community for the time. So thank you so much, Jamie, and happy to take some questions or engage in a conversation.
You're doing such a great job. If you're a veteran, come on up. Let's take a group photo.